Oh, good luck to my voice now. With the coughing, like I don't like coughing when I'm gonna do voices. I was so happy, like yes. Apologize today, and I'm not sick, and I just realized, fuck, I'm coughing. No trust, welcome to the stream! I was walking down the street this morning and I was hit by a violin. Then a clarinet and then a French horn. I think it was an orchestrated attack. I was waiting for something with orchestrated. But welcome, how are you doing? I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. Lily Goober, yes Goober. With 260 hours watched and 7,555 chats sent. Damn, you have been chatting. And then followed up by Bromine with 26 hours watched. Ooh, nice. It's a nice Tuesday. How about you? It's been a good Tuesday. Recorded some VR. Fixed some videos. I'm gonna have to upload them. Well, fix them and upload them a bit as well. I've uploaded them, but not fixed them. I have an annoying cough, so it's gonna be difficult making voices today, what I'm sad about. I got upset when I couldn't find any scissors to cut a coupon out for a newspaper. It was reduced to tears. Oh, good lord. Oh, that's a good one. I love puns, they are great. I don't know why, but when I read scissors, it just reminded me when I was playing Homicipher, which apparently is a ghost translation game. It's actually an interesting game. I'm gonna see if I can finish that someday. It's a very odd game. Well, I did actually finish it, but then I also could continue and do a longer version of the game. I might actually stream that someday because it's actually a really interesting game. I cannot play with a mouse and keyboard on this game. I was about to move my mouse and was like, hold on, I can't do this. Oh, hold on. Apparently Twitch doesn't like rectum. A man was admitted to hospital yesterday with 24 toy horses inserted into his rectum. Doctor described his condition as stable. Yeah. Now you just need someone to actually ride the horses. If I let that wet soba end, I'll never be able to face number 3 on Master Naidu in the next life. Ah, I see. And so that's why you came to me. You wanted somebody you could trust. Well, I'm sure he did ride them before. Ah, probably. He rode one, it didn't go well. He tried once more and apparently tried 24 times. It was never my intention to ask you. Yes, what's up, Gunny? Dude, I love how I say like what's up, and the first thing I just see is I give up. I don't know what to say. I think it's about the assignment. It's about the assignment. The only thing I can say, do your best with it, because I have been in a place where I could not do a thing I was supposed to be able to do, and yeah, it didn't go well. I've already talked about it. I did fail that class, and after talking to my teacher, I intentionally failed that class because I couldn't actually fix that class. But just do your best, absolutely. That's at least my point. What do you want to do? That's up to you. Well, I believe it's just about time. What? But we haven't even properly discussed the case yet. What's the matter? You look nervous. My head is too tired for assignments. I'm just gonna use ChatGPT. That is actually valid. Like, I used to say something that after 6, my brain can't handle assignments. I stop after that moment because at that moment it's like, my brain can't focus on these. And if my brain can't focus on these, then there's no idea to even try and continue with them because you need to actually understand them. There was once a Roman emperor who stopped aging after turning 19. His name was Emperor Constantine. Fair. Fair. I would say that sounds like a curse just because his name was that. Don't tell me you're chickadeeing out. And it's just from evaluating myself and how much knowledge I have in the subject I have. Safe to say I've cooked. Okay, is it just me, or is that the word cooked used in two different ways? A good thing and a bad thing. I just realized that it's not like the double take. Like sometimes say people are cooked and that means like, oh, they're doing good. And sometimes they say cooked and like, is it good? No, it's bad. Like, excuse me? I'm glad I finished writing my C++ assignment after a week of delaying it. Glad for that as well. I kinda hate coding. Well, I don't hate it. I only hate it when I'm forced to do something that people believe is you should be able to know this from nothing. Because yeah, that was one of the assignments that actually failed. Cooked can be like he did a good job on something, but when someone is cooked, it can also mean they're fucked. Yeah, that means there's a double take on the word, which is but two sides. I'm bad at writing essays. Like, bro, how do I explain a simple subject in 500 words? Same. Essays and theoretical things are a pain because most of the time it's basically what do the teacher evaluate this for, because it's the teacher who reads it. It doesn't have like a, oh, the right answer is 1, 3, 5. It's basically it's like, do I like what he has been writing? No, you have to remake it. Well, my finals is next week and I know jack shit about them. Ooh, good luck with that. Like, I don't even know if we in Sweden have finals. We have assignments. No, we have classes, and in the end of the classes we have tests. We don't really have... Well, technically we do have like a certain like time when the tests begin, but it's like in the middle of things. Doesn't even mention any practical lessons. Fair enough. Still have like 3 months till my final exam. I couldn't do my final exam because I failed 2 classes. One I didn't know I had failed, but I felt like, eh. And the other one I couldn't even fix. But also, yes, back to doing voices. I'm just trembling with excitement of battle, that's all. I can't even pronounce that. Let's do this. Also, I realized when I talk, it actually works better for my voice. Come on, Mr. Wet. Get up off the floor. We got a case to win. He's on the floor. My time grew to procrastinate till last week. Good lord. My finals is like from 23rd December to 3rd of January. What the fuck is up with the time of finals? But I shouldn't say anything. Our Swedish study thing is absolutely bullshit. Interesting. Yeah, for us I think we have specific times to do tests, but most of the time it's only in certain classes. So it's like we have class, when the class is done, we have the tests, next class, do the classes, then test. That's how we do things. Monologue dialogue is day after Easter. Oof. Good luck. Yes, make you see the I'm gonna do my best.
Wet soba, wet soba, wet soba, wet soba, wet soba.
That took me off guard. I wasn't realizing it was gonna do a noise. Yo, tools of noodles. Sorry, sir, don't get missed in the quarters. Huh? They hung up. The only thing I can say, he's still doing his job while being in court. Why is bro talking about his wet soba? Because it's... Well, first of all, I think it's like... His name is Bucky Wet. Yeah, or Weth. And he also works in a noodle shop. So, yeah, the wet soba. Oh, okay, let's do this. He's not going to do himself on his case. He's not going to do himself or his case any favors like this, Simon. Oh, so it's wet soba. Yeah. And I think it actually is that. Wet soba. So it's wet soba. And he was a storyteller. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he enjoys this guy because of his storytelling and enjoys this place. He's the 3rd or 4th wet soba now. Or wet, I don't know. Maybe we should let him go and get some rest somewhere. The breath. Yeah. Maybe if I were a lump of regular flour, though, fed with the noodles. But I'm fresh, like my soba. Not that you did less soba do we rest. All about that 3 freshes. Bucky wet like buckwheat. He's puking again. Damn true! That might actually be his pun, that is buckwheat. I really that was wet. Well, we thought of how he's acting, he's more than wet, he is hell of fucking hydrated. Oh boy, I just knew something like this would happen. Simon, what are these 3 freshes of soba he's talking about? First, buckwheat seeds, or groats, are ground to make buckwheat flour. Also, I guess you're right, because you're talking about buckwheat. Then dough made with this flour is cut with a large rectangular knife into noodles. And finally, the buckwheat noodles are boiled. Each step is done immediately, one after the other, so that the soba is fresh when eaten. Wow, so they actually make... Like, what they buy is not the noodles. What they buy is the wheat. And they basically make the flour, make the dough, make the noodles, cook the noodles. It's not even wet, bro. It's drenched. Yes, it's hydrated. So that's what he meant. I wouldn't want him to make any soba right now, though. That's for sure. Yeah, he's probably gonna puke in it. Athena, this is no time for idle chat. We need to get into the courtroom now. Who is actually going against? Just remember, as a prosecutor, I will be unable to lend you a hand. So don't expect any help from my corner. There you go, treating me like I'm incompetent again. Also, what's up, Gani? For your information, I wasn't planning on asking you for any help anyway. Just wait, you wait, Sam, I'll show you. Are we up against Simon? No, I think we're actually... Oh, this is the case with the balloon clown. I think I remember this now. I think this is the balloon clown case. The booba balloon. But that's alright, I can do this on my own. I need to, like, I don't know why, but each time it's like, my throat is like itching, I want something to drink. I don't even know if it's helping. I did take coughing syrup before, but that didn't really help either. Who are we up against, actually? Are we up against Simon? I don't know. A court is now in session for the trial of Buckwheat. I'm gonna have to try and say wheat. The defense is ready, Your Honor. How the fuck did you get here so fast? Okay, hold on. How the fuck did you get here so fast? Last time I saw you, you were still in your delusional hometown. Bollocks, I'm gonna have to deal with this bullshit. Yes. I just love I look at chat and answer yes. The prosecution is fully prepared. What's this? No prayer this time, Prosecutor Sadman. That is correct. Hold on. I'm gonna try once more. Oh, there we go. I'm glad I can mute myself so you don't need to hear my coughing all the time. To expedite these proceedings, I completed them beforehand in the lobby. I'm gonna hate you so fucking much. I know I'm gonna hate him, but because I already hate him. That's the thing. I am already hating him a lot. Oh, how very thoughtful of you. By the way, what brings you back to this country? So you mean you went back home to take a hiatus, doing a court case, lose that court case, and go back to this country? What the fuck? Chief Prosecutor Edgewood himself called me to handle this case. Besides, I have a debt to repay. And though my opponent is yet a callow thing, I have no claims with sending her down to...
Objection!
Well, fuck you too. If you have no score, if you have a score to settle, it's Apollo, not me. Can't wait to toot some horse if you get what I'm saying. I'm gonna toot some balloons. But more importantly, I am not a callow thing. I'm a qualified and capable attorney. Then what is that yellow attire, if not proof of your immaturity? You small spring chick. Now, cease your shrill chirp. No, Prosecutor Sadman, you can shut the fuck up. Sorry, I have to just do that. I just like... I don't mean to sound like a pervert. You mean the first one or the one you're gonna say afterwards? I don't know. But to be fair, the clown is actually good looking. Not gonna lie there. Is she still only a teenager? Please go easy on her. Great, now the judge is giving me. Is Athena wearing a Why did you have to ask that? My vision went like... Is Athena wearing a bra? My vision went directly there, like, I don't know, like, I'm staring straight at it. I hate my mind. To be fair, I sometimes have these kind of thoughts as well. Oh god damn. I just saw points. You probably just saw the goddamn vertex points and then neuron activated. I think you just saw vertexes, you didn't see points, you saw vertexes. Very well, shall we begin, Your Honor? Yes, I suppose we should. Now then, Prosecutor Sadman, please give your opening statement. Why did the fucking Edgewords call this guy in again? Is it because he understood how absolutely stupid this guy is and thought, you know what? I'm gonna bring him back to this country because he needs to fucking understand. Certainly. Let's the last right of the victim commence. I'm gonna mute my phone because apparently I forgot to mute my phone. I'm trying to get a character in a gacha because there is an event right now to get that character up in a certain level and it ends tomorrow and I only need one goddamn more of them. I've gotten so many already of them, but I need one more. Personally, I don't fully care about the event too much, but if I could get it, I would get it. The incident is believed to have occurred at around 4 p.m. yesterday, May 12th, at a storyteller's theater called Kurokurut. The victim was a great master of the Tornado School of Rakugo, or comedic storytelling. Rakugo. Isn't that the one where you actually have a mask, or am I just mistaken? Rakugo. Just gonna check a bit. Oh no, they don't. I know that they have a mask for certain theaters. Man, Closely really got me acting otherwise. His name was Taifu Tunai. So we have a yard, we have a staff entrance, we have a dressing room, and the stage. Interesting to have a yard there, in the middle of nowhere. Or in the middle of everything. It is accessible via the staff entrance hall, and has an inner and outer sliding. Alright. Good to know, good to know. Perfect. Damn, he was hungry! He was hella hungry, he fucking just can devour that shit. The estimated time of death is between 2 p.m. and The cause of death is suffocation, though how the victim suffocated is yet to be determined. Noodles, I guess. The autopsy found nothing unusual in his lungs, stomach, and there is no murder weapon. There's a lot of camel stuff here. They have the camel wine and the camel bean buns? Are those like red bean buns, or am I tweaking? Because I don't know what red bean buns are. Suffocation, no breathing. Brilliant. Ugh. I will now submit the incident report to the court. Alright, thank you. Can I check this? Oop. Good, thank you. Prosecutor Sadman, why can you name Mr. Weath as the culprit? I want to say wet so bad. When you don't know how the victim was killed or even with what. While it is true that the weapon and precise methods are as yet unknown, the accused is the only one who had the opportunity to commit the murder. I will explain this assertion in further details as we continue. I guess this means he has some kind of evidence to present. Now, would the accused care to plead his case? He's probably sleeping on the ground there somewhere. Come to think of it, where is the defendant, Miss Sykes? Sorry, Your Honor, but I'm afraid Mr. Weath isn't feeling very well and is resting in an infirmary. Surely it is the lack of clear conscience that impedes him from facing this court. And it is your goddamn religion that makes you absolutely stupid. I am never gonna stop hating this guy, you do understand that. It was less hating when I was playing this game the first time. Now, when I start to understand this much more, holy hell. Okay, let's just check here a bit. For first of all, his fridge is open. There is flour. Hold on here a second. There is flour everywhere. And not only that, but something was dragged on the ground from the television, or to the television where it is now, to on the south side of the picture. Not only that, but the table has been moved. Two reasons we can talk about. We know that is because one of the glasses has been topped over, and the markings on the mat underneath basically shows the mark of the table. There is a scrap of paper, whoopsie daisy, but no idea what that is all about. I think for some reason someone must have moved the television. Why I believe that is because the fridge is open and is having a light in there, but there is only one cable in the output. Also, speaking of, I just realized something. You see that pan over there? The little cooker? I actually have one of those. I'm not joking. I actually got myself one of those. I made a hamburger. When I used that, I actually used it on a video. I made hamburgers out in the forest. Also, to be honest, I sent you my Twitch recap. Ooh, hold on. Ooh, that's a DM. Okay. Oh damn! Thank you. It's so much appreciated. I actually like my stream so much because I just saw that I'm actually the first here. Also, I would say share this with Lunari as well because she always enjoy when she is one of the top ones. But thank you so much. It means a lot. I'm really happy for that. Also, the 2 emote. I like the 2 emote. Yeah, same. I also got the same stove. It's a nice stove actually. Also, I like the top emotes as well. Apparently all mine emotes, apparently. But thank you so much. It actually means a lot. It's as I said when I talked about being raided by death blooms. I don't know how to really say it, so I'm just gonna say I just feel blessed. I was not gonna allow how all my emails is just yours. Yeah. Mr. Weath is the head chief of Soba Shop, frequented by the victim. On the day of the incident, Mr. Weath went to the theater at the victim's request. Yeah, and Typhoid tonight was a connoisseur of soap, as you can see in these photographs. Kinda true, because I'm pretty certain they have the square knife, they have the little thing who actually like they roll out the noodles, they have the plastic and they have the bowl, they have the pan and, well, pot basically, not the pan. So yeah, wouldn't surprise me. He was apparently making soba himself in his dressing room that very day. The soba at the scene is likely the soba he made him there himself. Liking soba is one thing, but making it in a theater dressing room is a bit much, no? If you crave for it, then go for it. I must tonight truly had a passion for soba, didn't he? A man like that, to be murdered by a soba chief is simply unthinkable. Honestly, same. If I'm getting real with you, I'm really happy that I got to meet you and talk to you. And it might be later for Thanksgiving, but I'm thankful that we ended up being friends. Absolutely. You're a wonderful being to be learned to know. It's wonderful to have you here and chat with you. And yeah, I do understand you absolutely are like busy with school and stuff. And to be fair, the time zones are absolutely much different, but I just appreciate for you being here. It means a lot. And yet, the accused had ample knowledge. For in the victim's safe, we discovered the deed to the accused's shop. Mr. Weath was to inherit the wet soba when he lost his father recently. However, it's believed the victim stole the shop deed during the transfer process. The prosecution believes the accused killed the victim in order to get the deed back. I do love that it's like, oh, he stole it, which means it technically is illegal for him to do that, which means why the fuck killing him? You would still get it no matter what anyway. Well, if there aren't any fuffins, which we call it here in Sweden, but I'm pretty certain with this guy here it would absolutely happen. A murder over the deed. Sorry. The coughing kinda stopped in the middle here. A murder over the deed to a shop. That does sound like a plausible motive. So that's what this case is about. I wish Simon had filled me in a little better. I don't think he fills in some sort of hole, or at least he fills his stomach with wine or something. Is that why he's so fucking drunk? He actually... Because look here. That bottle might have been full from the beginning. And with thought of how everything is here, he might have had a guest. Which I guess is Mr. Weath. And something tells me that Mr. Weath just drank the fucking camel wine here. That's why he's so drunk right now. The facts. From your demand, I gather you know very little about the details of the case. Yes, because it was brought in like a fucking... I don't know. We came in here like a magic trick. Just poof! Surprise! You are dishonoring the soul of the victim by appearing in the courtroom unprepared. You're the one to bloody talk. But what are the cards in front of him? I don't fully know, but I have seen them before. They are some sort of playing cards. Not our normal Western playing cards, but some other sort of cards. So he might have played cards with himself, if you could do that with these cards, or played with someone, which I still think is Mr. Wheat. You are an embarrassment to your profession. You putrid egg yolk. You're the one to goddamn talk. You're the chief prosecutor of your goddamn country. And you are playing Uno. Yes! It's a Japanese version of Uno. Apollo is a red pepper and now I'm an egg yolk. Together, you are breakfast. We just started and I've already been demoted from spring chicken. I am ready to call my witness, Joanna. Could you just do that? We don't need to wait for your bloody flower. They really played Ishi. Ishi, huh? Wait, what? I'm confused. Is that like a translation of you know something? Someone was there when the victim's body was found. Very well, witness, please take the stand. Ichi in Japan. Oh! Oh, right, Uno. Okay, fair enough. Oh, hi Simon. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Simon Blackwell, prosecutor. Prosecutor Blackwell? You didn't tell me you were going to take the stand. There simply wasn't time. What a shame, Prosecutor Blackwell. How do you share the damning scene you witnessed beforehand with the defense? We can move this trial along and save the victim's soul that much faster. Damning scene? Yeah, sure. Oh, this scene is so damning, like, oh, good lord. I'm pretty certain he hasn't seen half of all this shit here. I really want to punch it. I want to punch him. Oh, punch his face. Fair enough, actually, yes. What in the world did Simon see? Prosecutor Sadman was it. Before I give my testimony, there is something I'd like to confirm. By all means, this case involved rakugo, a very traditional form of Japanese comedic storytelling. Do you have enough knowledge of this art form to handle the case completely? Are you implying that I am not qualified for this case? Not yet. I am simply trying to ascertain your familiarity with the topic for now. Please be a dogfight, you two. Technically, both of them are actually prosecutors. But this one is worse. Simon is fine now, but that's because he is... Before he was a jailbird. He's not a jailbird anymore. Is it called a jailbird? I don't know. It is a prosecutor's duty to learn the background of any case it takes on. I did some research on Rakuga last night and have grasped overall idea of how much could you possibly grasp in a single night? Not much. I know for a fact because you haven't grasped shit in your travels. If Blackwell was a Digimon, would his name be Simon or Simonmon? Simonmon. Jesus, did he just like not even phrase the thing he read? He told us the whole goddamn story that he read last night. What the hell? How many started to fall asleep? Are you satisfied? If not, I could explain the 12 types of ending to such stories. Or shall I perform the famous story of Yugemo instead? It appears you have put in a bit of study. Your acknowledgement is most welcome, Prosecutor Black. I can see why you are now known for being quite thorough in your research, Prosecutor. Yet I should change his name to Yaputa for real. I don't know if that means anything, but I want to say Yap, which just means he talks a lot. Because that he goddamn does. Now I'd love to see you perform that that story you mentioned. Sorry, I'm a bit coughing. If you don't mind. If that is your honor's request. Yeah, bro is really japping, yep.
Hold it!
That's... Yeah, please, slam the desk. Your honor, could we please go back to trial? Yes. Just going to get rid of my coughing here. Oh, of course, I nearly forgot. Seriously? Of all the things for you to forget, you can forget the other guy's face, that's better. Now then, back to the case. Prosecutor Blackwell, please tell this court what you witnessed. But yeah, he is more japping than anything. Ooh, I still have some cheese noodles left. Not much, but little. I bought this in the morning. I still have some left, and it's 8, like 5, 6 in the evening. I went to the theater yesterday and arrived at approximately 4. I went straight to Master Tonight's dressing room to say hello. Buck went into the dressing room thereafter, only to come storming out a while later. Master Tonight's junior disciple Wendo apparently then entered the room soon after. Wendo. Hold on, I feel like there is a... Isn't Wendo a word? Wendo or and tornado come from wind and tornado. Ah, interesting. They actually have wind and tornado for some reason. Their names. Apparently then entered the room soon after. That's when Wendo discovered Master Tornado's body. Now, wait just a minute here, Prosecutor Blackwell. With testimonies like that, you're practically accusing Mr. Weed of the crime. All I can say is state what I saw, and I can't help how it appears. But a qualified and capable authority, such as you, should be able to dispatch with it, right? Yeah, what's up, Kelly? Well, yeah, duh. Alright, I guess I better start getting all the info out of him if I can. College be kicking my ass. I know the feeling. I have been there. It did kick my ass. I'm not the best either. I can understand the basics of it, but not enough. I went to the theater yesterday. Oh, I don't need to read this. Okay, let's... Hold on, let me just check some stuff here. I do love it. The time of death is between 2 and 5 p.m. I went to the theater yesterday and arrived at approximately 4 p.m. We're just gonna press everything just in case. I don't think we have anything just yet. Prosecutor Blackwell, what did you go to the theater for in the first place? I went because I had received an invitation from Mother Tornado. See for yourself. Tornado actually kind of sounds like tornado. It was a special show commemorating his junior disciple Wendo's promotion. It was also an occasion to announce the boy's succession to the stage name of Wendo. So what exactly does it mean to succeed to a stage name? You really don't know, do you? In the performing arts, a name succession is when an artist inherits a predecessor's name. I see. So there was another Render Rakugo artist before, and this disciple succeeded him, huh? And what exactly did you in your invitation say? It contained a simple letter of salutation and an outline of how the show's program. Now I'm slowly regretting choosing computer engineering when I could have chosen animation in the same campus with my crush. No, I like I, for example, went into games because I liked games. Did it go well? Not really. But just do your best and don't worry. Don't worry too much. I know how it is to be worrying too much, and good lord, you don't want to be there. Also, adorable emotes. Oh, it appears Taifu Tanaido was going to perform Tokisoba or Time Soba. He's famous for his masterful pantomime of eating soba, using only his fan as a prop. And was performing Soba Sai or Soba Got. A Soba themed show, I see. Well, to be honest, my first mistake was to think it had been done after high school. I don't know what I was thinking after like high school. I think I was just doing stuff and working, and then things went wrong and good, and then I started studying again. Oh, it seems you know a thing or two about Rakugo yourself, Holmes. The first performance was the senior disciple Geiru, followed by Wendo, and lastly Master Tonight. Alright? I guess it's what I get for not choosing with care and going through my school life is just so I could finish high school. I can't not say too much about it. Like, I just did high school and yeah, it went as it went. I see, so that's why you happened to be at the Storytellers Theater yesterday. So what happened after you arrived? Can I like check this letter now? Yeah, I can. Let's check this just in case. Take it to the show and a letter from a victim. The letter contains a simple greeting. Okay. I think that doesn't really matter right now. Does this matter anything? Don't think so.
Hold it!
And how did Master Tonight appear when you said hello to him? I went in with the intention of greeting, but ultimately we did not actually meet. You didn't see him? Why not? Gairu escorted me to the dressing room, but we heard the sound of Rakugo being performed from within. Thinking the master was rehearsing, we decided to wait in the hall until he was done. You heard Rakugo being performed in the dressing room? Yes, not just me, but Gairu as well. In other words, you can confirm that the victim was still alive around 4 p.m. Correct. I can hear him clearly through the doors, but I'm sure it was Master Tonight. I could tell because it was the time soba routine being performed with them. Though that is easy, so hold on. But I guess there is really no point in being sad about it now, but play the cards I've been dealt and improve myself and move forward with my life. Though that is easier said than done. Yes. Because that's exactly what I did. I went through my school years. In the end there, shit started to basically collapse. First we have the course that basically was bullshit. I'm still gonna say it's bullshit. Some people might have said we have made this easier year after year, but to be honest, we were the last class in our line, which means that shit was going bad no matter what anyway. And then when I was getting help with dealing with these stuff, I also didn't get help with dealing with this stuff because my teacher said one thing and the school curator or something said another thing, which meant that they basically collided. So while I was doing one thing, they then afterwards told me to do something else. So I can only say I have been there. It is not easy, but just basically just breathe. Just try to at least do it in your ways and your pace, because I have been burned out in the middle of school and I have had it shit. My parents can testify to that. And yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I noticed I'm pretty lonely. You have us. I say us because chat, everyone here. I say that because, yeah, I did meet some people down in Karlskrona, but mostly they basically did their own things and stuff like that. So I interacted with people through streaming. I interacted with you all and stuff like that. That was my way to basically talk to people. Please tell us in detail how Mr. Weaver appeared at the time. Gyro and I were waiting in the hallway for Master Tornado to finish practice, when Bucky appeared and entered the dressing room with his things. What happened after that? We heard what sounded like Bucky shouting inside the room. About 10 minutes later, Bucky came back out of the dressing room looking rather irate. This is most likely when the murder was committed. The victim was an elderly man. It would have been entirely possible to kill him within the span of 10 minutes. Probably bloody 5 if he wanted to. Let's see what we can find for something here.
Hold it!
What do you mean by apparently? Didn't you see him go in? No, I couldn't. I wasn't able to see the dressing room door from where I was standing at the time. But Gyro was right in front of it, so I'm sure he saw it all. I see. Interesting. Yeah, but like, I do kind of dislike is that mostly chat when you're streaming. And since it's so late, I rarely get to stop by now. And texting is good, it's just don't hit the same mute. I absolutely understand. I'm just giving an example of like what I did. Like, there are ways to do things. Sometimes chat rooms, sometimes streams, sometimes people out in the world. I guess I just didn't like connect too much with many of my like classmates because we all did our own thing. Like there was a lot of doing schoolwork. I know 2 people basically lived together, a guy and his girlfriend, so I'm just certain that they basically were filled up with whatever they did and stuff like that. So I'm not really good with getting to know people if there isn't like, well, reason and a reason. Like, I did learn about my classmate, I talked to my classmate, but I didn't really meet them up after school too much. I did it once in the summer where we just went to a restaurant and ate a bit. But that was about it. But yes, there are many different ways. But don't worry too much about that. There will be ways. Just looking for more cheese doodles because they're out now. I see. And why did you suppose Wendell went to the dressing room anyway? He had just finished his routine, so he was making a courtesy call. A disciple is to pay the master respect right before and after performance. And all disciples are expected to do this. Yes, it's common courtesy amongst Rukago artists. I see. Could you tell us what happened after Wendell went into the dressing room? Certainly.
Hold it!
And how did Wendell act at the time? After Wendell had been in the dressing room for 2 or 3 minutes, we heard a scream from inside the room and Wendell came flying. Did you hear any signs of struggle at the time? No, just Wendell's woeful scream. I see. Well done, Prosecutor Blackwell. The testimony has given us quite a glimpse into the sequence of events. Thank you, Prosecutor Blackwell. And now allow me to summarize your testimony. While Prosecutor Blackwell and Gyro were in the hallway waiting for Master Tornado, the accused came along and entered the dressing room with some items into. He was heard shouting for a while from a time inside the dressing room. About 10 minutes later, he came back out of the dressing room, seeming rather angry. Not saying I don't really like this, but I guess I just missed hanging out, you know. Like, giving some of your time with someone to just hang out and maybe play video games. That's what I used to do back in elementary school, and I don't mean like talking with classmates because then our reason for coming together is because of school, you know? Not really because we plan and want to hang out. I absolutely understand. I really wasn't really well, like, good with talking to people the best. Like, I've learned to do that through streaming, I believe. Try to, like, interact with more people. The problem is, like, don't really have many people I can just hang out with because, first of all, I live in an area which I believe most of the people I used to know have, like, moved away from, and I haven't really talked to them in years, so there isn't really, like, much to say there. Yeah, same, but I guess I just want to get closer to the friends I have now. Absolutely. I'm not really the best person to basically get tips from of how to do that, but yeah. You could just ask a classmate at some point, or someone you know, just go somewhere, eat something good, see something, just walk into town, I don't know. It came running out the hall from within. Prosecutor Blackwell and Gary ran into the room and saw the body for himself. From the circumstances, quite clear that the accused murdered. I forgot to read the rest apparently. But my social skills is so bad and people busy, so nothing ever end up happening. Yes, that I know, because that's what I kind of talked about before. Really bad social skills, at least with people outside of streaming and stuff. And then the whole school thing. We had to basically study, do this, study. To be honest, I did a lot of studies, so I was also feeling like, I need to focus on my studies. This is crucial testimony indeed. So I absolutely know your feeling, how you feel there. I am pretty certain there is a lot of people dealing with that. An eyewitness has given conclusive testimony. Why not let it go now and allow the victim his last right? Not on your life and not on anyone else's life, you dingus. If Miranda went into the dressing room too and was the first to discover the body, then who's to say he didn't commit the crime? Miranda was in the dressing room from Maya too. Perhaps 3 minutes. He could not have possibly committed murder in that time. Nor without making any noise. Damn, so Blackwell really saw those balloons firsthand, huh? I don't know, because I'm trying to still figure out who is who. I don't know the clown's name, actually. Oh, Simon, why did you have to give that awful testimony? Prosecutor Blackwell. Can't you give me something little better to work with here? Isn't it? Oh, sorry. Isn't it up to you to ask the right questions? I am certainly willing to tell you all that I know. So, if you truly are capable as you claim, then draw out what you need yourself. But he probably did. He probably did see the balloons firsthand. This is no time for twisted games, Prosecutor Blackwell. Just admit you don't remember it all that well. That's the way of saying it. They're still doing the goddamn League of Legends Ultimate thing. Prosecutor Black, watching you collude with the defense like this, I see that you are no prosecutor. The government witness, you shall haunt this sacred hall no more. How dare you treat me like some evil spirit to be exorcised? I'll remember this, you blackguard. What did blackguard mean? Like, I think I read that somewhere or figured it out. Hold on. No. Blackguard. Or blackguard is an old-fashioned term of scoundrel. Fair enough. It's another way of saying scoundrel. Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, of course. You know you can be. Ah, I don't even do my assignments now. It just disappears from my mind, and I end up not doing them. I am pretty certain it's happened to me as well sometimes. It is definitely not easy sometimes. I got this. Would I have my way, he would not be the only one here to step down. Okay, apparently we're a boiled egg yolk. But I would basically say don't try to force the assignment, because that's the problem many school things does, and it's just forcing things, forcing people to try and learn. You learn by doing, you learn by trying to take in the information, not by forcing it in. That's the only thing I can give as a little tip. Prosecutor Blackwell's testimony was like the lowly opening act of a raccoon. He may hold the title of prosecutor, but this time he stood on the side of the defense. To restore balance to this trial, I would like to present an actual witness for the prosecution. Who is this witness? The person who was with Prosecutor Blackwell when the body was discovered. She is another entertainer of Tornado School, Miss Geiru Tornado. Okay, yep, you are right. He did see the balloons firsthand. It feels odd seeing them like this, because I just realized that they still have the low poly kind of thing as a 3DS thing. And somehow it looked better, I guess, on the 3DS than when you look at it now. Oh god, I just realized I'm gonna have to make a voice for this. My throat is gonna die tonight.
Hello, everyone. I'm here to represent the Tornado School with a twisted twist. And balloon. There you have it, a stunning balloon hat.
I wish that balloon were my... Oh, hell no. That word. Nah. No, she does that. Oh, no. Not when she does that. Good, nah.
It's me, the balloon artist you all know and love, Geiru Tornado.
I don't know what Geiro means. I should still put it on her ad. Win is a win. In a sense. The problem is what it looks like afterwards. It might just look like a poodle.
Just call me Geiru, sweetie.
I completely forgot about that. And the sound as well. Oh, want a way to capture your audience attention? Yes, I agree. I dare say I can't take my eyes off those balloons. Which ones? Please tell me you're talking about the hat. Oh, I'm gonna die.
Oh, Mr. Judgy, I'm so glad you like my performance. Would you consider joining my fan club? Pretty please.
Oh, absolutely. What sort of fan club? OnlyFans? And please save your fanboying for after the trial, Your Honor. Anyway, Geiru. I can't help but notice you seem awfully cheerful for having just lost your master.
Of course I'm sad. But Shisho would scold me if he didn't put on a big smile.
OnlyFans club. Yeah, exactly.
Never show sadness. Smile, smile, smile with a twisted twist.
And I was a cake.
Here you have it. One gorgeous cake.
I see. I guess an entertainer's gotta do what an entertainer's gotta do. The balloons art's worse than Rorschach test. All I saw was a severed monster head. Well, I am not gonna lie, I did actually see like the cake had an eye on it, but I wouldn't say it's bad. Like if I try to even do half of that, it would just explode in my hand. It would just say pop. Because I just realized when I said that it sounded really bad. The balloon would just say pop. So how did you come to be a member of a Rakugo school?
Well, my father, my late father, that is, was a Rakugo artist, you see. So I came to night school just to be like my daddy someday.
I see.
My father and I owe so much to Shishu, a master, but that bucky way. Oh, how could he? I want to see him pay for what he'd done as quick as possible.
Your distress is entirely understandable, and my condolences for your loss.
And not only that, but he...
You have more to say about Mr. Wheat?
Every time he comes to deliver soba to us, he yells at me. He always tells me to get away.
Might be afraid of clowns. There are people who are afraid of clowns. I used to not like clowns. We had like a VHS of like a old Disney horror Christmas thing. I fucking realized it's a horror Christmas thing. And after that, there was like also recorded a circus show with clowns. I didn't really like that. There was one clown there I kinda started to like watching now and then, but other than that, I was like, no, not really. Not really a problem with clowns anymore, but I know people are afraid of clowns. With the way Athena is looking right now with her attire, it just looks like she's trying to compete with Gyro, and you could say that Gyro is winning big. Fair enough. I didn't even realize.
He says the smell of my perfume will get into his soba. Like, how could he say that? This is a great scent.
Yeah, but if it's a hell of a big-ass scent, then it's just gonna smell everywhere. How rude of him! I don't blame you for being upset. If the clown looks like that, I think the clown's gonna be the one running away. Fair enough. Absolutely fair enough. I would chase her down. Excuse me, Your Honor, but please don't let Gyro's balloons bias your judgment. Mr. Weath hasn't proven guilty yet, remember? It will be interesting to see how long that fire of yours will last. Now then, Gyro, please share the truth with the court. Yes, Gyro, your testimony, please. Gyro. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm just gonna say Gyro. I'm just gonna pronounce it as it's spells. I have hair everywhere. I'm gonna have to cut my hair.
From 4 p.m. to a little after 4:20 when Shishu's body was found. Simon and I were standing in the hallway in front of the dressing room. Therefore, when we discovered the body, the only person who had gone in there was Bucky. Come to think of it, a little while before Bucky showed up, Yugimo was barking like mad.
We already know, well, barking and like, that means dog, and we already know there's a dog there because of this. So it's very obvious. Prosecutor Blackwell, did you have any objections to this witness testimony? No. Make up your bloody mind, sad monk, sad man. Well, that makes sense now. First you exercise me, and now this. You need only to do as you are instructed by this humble servant of the Holy Mother. As there are no objections, Your Honor, let us move to the salvation of the victim.
Hold it!
Hey, I'm the defense authority here, Prosecutor Sadman. And I just might have an objection or two once I actually cross-examine the witness. So what are you asking Prosecutor Blackwell for? I'm the one you should be checking with. There is a passage in the sacred script of Koreanism And we don't give a damn about that one. To stir the wind is beyond the power of a spring chick. In other words, the inexperienced are useless. With that in mind, it seems more judicious to consult Prosecutor Blackwell. Well, you say that, but you are more gonna be mature than anything. You can call her Gale, I guess, since her name seems to reference a Gale tornado. Fair enough, thank you. I'm gonna call her Gale. It doesn't even see you as an adversary, Sykes Donor. Well, I won't let either one of you insult me. I'll show you I'm not no inexperienced spring chick. Your Honor, I'm ready for cross-examine a witness. I hope you can make Prosecutor Sadman see you as a worthy adversary, Miss Sykes. I'll allow you your cross-examination, so you'd better strike while the iron is hot. Well, allow, we're basically giving it no matter what. How much more balloons is gonna be here? I do wonder that. MEP, yeah, I can understand that. What is this, like midnight for you? 11? Or morning? I just know it's late for you. So I can't understand it's difficult for you to try and like do your assignments right now, because at that moment of time, for me, I can't concentrate on shit.
Hold it!
So the murder must have happened sometimes in those 20 minutes, correct? But 20 minutes isn't a lot of time, is it?
I don't know. I mean, what do you want me to say? That's what happened, you know? Isn't that right, Simon?
Yes. Gale and I can both confirm that Master Tornado still lived around 4 PM. You can hold my balloon like that if she wants to. As long as she doesn't got them twisted like that.
See?
The thing is wiggling around as well. The fact that the two of you were there in front of the dressing room means you were able to see everyone who went in and out, right?
Of course, or are you insinuating that I was daydreaming or sleeping while standing up or something?
Oh my god, I'm pretty certain her head is a balloon as well, it's just filled of air. No, of course not.
I saw everything, I tell you.
Fine, you say anyway, but did you really? Yeah, that's a good question. Like, I do love the way she like, did you see everything? I might have been sleeping standing up, like... the funny part is, she wasn't ironic when she said that. She actually believed in herself. Only the defendant Awendo entered around the time of the murder.
That's right. That's why it must be Bucky who killed poor Shisho.
Let's take a deep breath, okay, Gale? So, not a single other person set foot into the dressing room during that time.
I already told you over and over, didn't I? It was nobody else.
I must apologize for the lawyer's behalf. Even her memory is that of a spring chick's. Please overlook her transgressions as best as you can.
Oh, I see. Poor thing.
Hang in there, Jesus. Hey, who are you calling bird brain, buddy? Come to think of it, a little before Bucky showed up, Yugima was barking like mad. Yeah, let's press about this. Yugima.
Oh, that's my doggy. Keep him at the theater. Let's see. And blue. There you have it, my cute little whittle Yukima.
That will be happening to people. That's what I was warning about. It became poodle. He's kinda creepy looking.
Oh, but he's really good boy.
And why was Yogima barking? Do you think it's because he saw someone suspicious? If so, then we'd had a new suspect in this case.
Now, why was he barking again?
You think her booty is the same as her balloons? First of all, I can't see it, and yes, I was actually kind of looking to see. Good question. Imagine taking a seat and your butt just going... Oh, fair enough. We thought of it being balloons, I'm just expecting it to be like the fart balloons that you just sit on.
Oh, I remember. Because it was time for me to feed him. So I went into his yard and gave him some food.
Couldn't somebody have slipped into the dressing room while you were doing that?
Nope. The door out into the yard was wide open. I would have seen if anybody went inside the dressing room.
Oh yeah? What's up, Kenny? Or did the fart comment make something? Prosecutor Blackwell, come down to the stand for a second, please. You think you got a whoopee cushion down there all the times? yeah. Fair enough. Yes, because if we actually believe she has balloons there, she must have whoopee cushions as well. Either that or the balloons just pops open and becomes a whoopee cushion. How many times must I do this? You saw what Kaoru was talking about, right? So why didn't you mention it before? I can't be expected to remember every minute detail. Well, remember them now, please. Did Kaoru go into the yard? Well, hold on, let me check something. Yeah, because if she goes into the yard, she has to open the door on the south there, but she has to basically close it to get into the yard there, which means she can't see for shit. Yes, I remember now that she went to feed Yogima. And I saw her looking towards the dressing room quite frequently as well. Yeah, she can't have seen shit. Because it doesn't matter how you look at it, that door there will be closed. In any sort of way. See her sitting and you hear honk honk. Honk honk. Yeah, exactly. Good lord, I'm pretty certain there's a lot of her that goes honk honk. I didn't even mean that in a specific way, I just said it. Do you recall anything else? It looked as though she was feeding the dog a great quantity of dumplings or something. Yogama couldn't finish them all, so he buried the rest in a corner of the yard. That's about all I can remember. It looked like Gale was telling the truth. Jordan, I like Gary's last statement to be added to the testimony. As you wish, defense. Yeah, I think I can comment on that. I was in the yard, but the door was wide open, so I couldn't keep watch on the dressing room. No, you could not. I pressed the wrong button. I'm just gonna skip this. Don't worry, I'm just gonna skip this. I'm not gonna do voices here, mostly because I'm gonna drink as well. Nope, the door wasn't open. Fuck you saying, that really activated my dirty mouth, and now I'm thinking about some possible not safe for Twitch stuff. We have basically been threading that line already. Okay, let's just go back to where we was, because I know exactly what I'm gonna try and do here. There is a flaw there, and it doesn't matter if the door is open or not. It will always be, in a sense, closed. That's the issue.
Objection!
So you were able to keep an eye on the dressing room while you were out in the yard. Yeah, I guess so. Well, I'm gonna leave it with these. Yeah, fair enough.
That's right, the door out in the yard was wide open.
Sorry, but that makes zero sense. Take a look at this diagram of the backstage area. There's a clear contradiction between this diagram and the witness testimony. Oh? I'm afraid I don't understand, Miss Sykes. The door itself.
Take that!
Yeah, what's up, Granny? Or was it my coughing? Because I think I did not manage to actually mute myself first. Gary was in the yard near the doghouse. Prosecutor Blackwell even saw her there. And while she was out there, the door to the yard had been left open. You think she got her own wiener dog balloon? Probably. In both senses, I guess. I thought in only one sense, but might do it two senses. I have no idea. I'm not a clown that deals with balloons, so I can't really say. And while she was out there, the door of the yard was left open. Oh, I see. Imagine she was a. I would make a whole new meaning to her balloon animal. Yep, probably. I wouldn't surprise me if it exists out there somewhere. Yes, if the door to the yard was wide open, as Gaius said, it would have blocked her view, making it impossible for her to see the dressing room.
What? No way!
But even if there was admittedly a few moments, Gare was not keeping watch. Wait, I'm doing Vice Summon now. How much would that really affect this case? It would greatly affect the case. From the spot Prosecutor Blackwell stood, he couldn't see the dressing room door either. Anyone could have entered the dressing room during that time without being seen. Gale, why did you try to hide the fact that you weren't watching the dressing room?
Well,
Objection!
Hide the fact? You speak as though you think she had something to do with the murder. The only thing I'm saying is that she was looking. She was not looking. She lied about something. Rather than deliberate deception, it was more likely a simple oversight, right, witness? Well, I've seen one where she was blowing a balloon, and when she was done, it looked like a balloon dog, and instead of shooting out main, it shot out confetti. No, fair enough. Rather than deliberate. Oh, I already read this. Also, I think we both have to reel in a bit. I just came to think of that. I would say these last two discussions I've been almost at the edge here. And the guy then showed it. What the fuck? Like the first ones, absolutely fine. But now we started to go straight into the rabbit hole where we shouldn't be.
I was so shocked by what happened, I was just confused, that's all.
You're really in for real as well. You just started fishing. That's how much you started reeling in. Fair enough. You found a turtle. Even though she is trying to keep up a brave front as an entertainer, the truth is that she is being torn apart by grief. For her mind is to be turmoil is hardly unexpected. Oh yes, it must be very difficult indeed. To a disciple, one's master is akin to a real parent. Surely her shock is immense. You say that, but to be honest, you are a disciple, but I'm pretty certain that you backstabbed your own father. The way this Lord tries to pin the blame on this poor soul at the first opportunity. We didn't try to pin the blame, we're just saying that there is a window. And apparently you're trying to paint over the window right now. All I can say is the fence authorities are heartless creatures indeed. But that wasn't what I was trying to do. Is it beyond your comprehension, Defense? Is it beyond yours? Your unskilled argument is scaring this witness even further. And if we ask the people of this courtroom, I'm sure they will agree. But the gallery doesn't get a say in this. Are you afraid to find out that they think ill of you? Or that perhaps you are in the wrong? Listen to them now with a keen sense of hearing you're so proud. No, I was just trying to find the truth. Why is the whole gallery siding with Prosecutor Sadman? Oh my god, I wonder if someone would... Yeah, someone would probably like a turtle. I still remember. Mostly because they also is with him, because apparently he's trying to plead with everyone here. The people understand. They know what is right and what is wrong. I hear the voices of the gallery. I can't hear the voices of their hearts. It's so intense, I feel so alone up here, fighting by myself. Are you afraid, Chad? So technically, he's actually kind of doing a dirty trick now. He knows about her keen sense and has decided to use that against her, just so he can win. It is ludicrous to come to this trial with such paltry preparation of the soul. I command you to leave this courtroom at once. You have no fucking right to command me anywhere. I can command one thing, and that is put my foot up your arse. I'm gonna dig for gold up there. And I hope Nyata would just disappear by the end. Or at the very least get a well-written redemption and become a... yeah, fair enough. I can't give up. I have to keep pressing on. As long as there was a moment where nobody was watching the dressing room door, defendant can't be defendant can't be convicted solely on Prosecutor Blackwell's and Gale's testimonies. Even now, you want to continue to resist. You are childish in defense as well, I see. You say that the only one that is childish is you, that basically just whines about your own holy mother and how she is so great that you are never wrong. And yeah, I am not really wrong about that one. I'm not out of the count yet, Buster. I'm just getting started. About your posturing. Is it not true that your resolve could crumble at any moment? With a little push, you would surely succumb to despair. Says the guy who has lost a few times already. A little push, such as with this piece of conclusive evidence. Ah, there he had the bastard thing, huh? That is correct. We found a critical piece of evidence at the scene of the crime. The victim's dying message, which clearly implicates the accused, Bucky Wee. Yeah. Look at these Japanese plates, known as karuta, lined up on the table. These special English version karuta cards spell out a message. That message is wet, wheat number 4. Nah. You are such a dumbass, prosecutor. Oh, you are such a dumbass. Okay, chat, I've already figured out what the problem here is, because yes, they might actually spell something out. And right now they're spelling out wheat number 4, which is basically the guy. He's the number 4th in line. But can anyone in chat see the problem that I am seeing? I just want to hear the chat here. Can chat see the problem I am seeing here with his conclusive evidence? I just basically want to hear chat see this as well. I'm pretty... It is so fucking obvious. I am surprised that the guy in front of me even use this as evidence. Because if he says that, oh, they didn't do that, then good lord on him. With number 4, you mean with noodle number 4? Did anyone see it? Yes, with noodle number 4. As the 4th head chef of Wheat Soba as is also known. This message points to none other than the accused Bucky Wheat. Ah, such a dumbass actually give us this shit. That makes perfect sense, doesn't it? It does! If the... I'm gonna say it now, because no one in chat has said it yet. Disdain. I'm gonna show you again when we get it back.
Wow, great job, Mr. Prosecutor.
Oh no, this is really, really bad. What do I do now? You respell it. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna make it simple here for even this guy if he could actually hear me. But the stain has appeared on the cards, which means that the card... Oh, welcome back! I'm not gonna say anything yet. Gani, this guy showed us that this is now the conclusive evidence that shows that wheat number 4, basically Bucky, is the murderer. And that's because the cards here spell wheat number 4. Because he's the 4th chef, head chef. Can you see the problem with his so-called conclusive evidence? I wish to know. I saw it the moment he showed me to it, and he showed me it. But can you see it? I just want to check with people if people can see it. Because that took less than a second to figure out the problem with his so-called, oh, the glorious evidence. Hold up. I'm up the quality real quick. Yeah, no problem. I don't think to like good quality would really help too much. The only thing I can say is basically the cards on the table is supposed to spell, so it mentions Bucky basically. Which means that right now the order of the cards is what the prosecutor says is the good thing for him. It's a nice song in the background. One of them is missing. No! Look at the stain. The cards have stains on them, which means that they were laying on the table while he was dying.
Hello
Also,
there.
yo Maestro, welcome to the stream! How is you? Always gonna have to ask. But yeah, the stains. For example, the one in the middle there has a stain outside the stain. Yo, same. Fair enough. I'm kind of guessing that most of the times, but I'm just a person I really want to ask. I want to take care of my community here, so I always have to ask. I always have to talk. But yeah, Maestro, for some reason, Edgeworth decided to call back Mr. Monk to America again to have to be a prosecutor again. This is his conclusive evidence. The cards is spelling the defendant's name. But as we already mentioned here, it's obvious that the cards have been moved because some of them lay with no stain on them where there is a stain. Oh, this guy is talking bullshit to us, and he just says, here I have the conclusive evidence. Look at these cards spelling out the name. Yeah, it's the same as always, but always nice when someone asks, even knowing the answer. Yeah. Yes, I would, because this evidence is bullshit. You just dug your own grave. It is cruel to give the accused false. It should also be a kick in the ass for you to give a false evidence. You will only compound suffering. Wise people of the courtroom, do you not agree? Wise people of the courtroom, have you seen this bullshit evidence? Probably not. Or they have, but apparently they can't see it either. The stain on the outskirt of the cards is placed in the puddle. Yeah, exactly. I know you can hear them, defense. The voices implore you to save the accused soul. It is time for you to let it go and move on. You inexperienced lawyer. Yeah, I am gonna move on. I'm gonna move on with showing you the evidence is fucked up. You lack the competence with which to accomplish anything meaningful here. Nah, don't worry. We already figured out the problem with his evidence. And that was basically his I'm winning evidence. No, defense. Leave everything to this humble servant of the Holy Mother.
Silence.
Humble? You're less than humble. Also, to be honest, I do highly enjoy letting Simon here be paired up with the monk. Because one is just someone who reads a script and goes with the script. Great Garrus' head is full of air and Niajas is straight up empty, yep. But this guy is basically just, you have to listen to me. I am right. Is trying to use your keen sense of hearing against you to manipulate the trial, Athena. Still coughing, by the way. What a cheap trick for a supposedly holy man. I think I said the same thing before. Simon. And you fopdoodle in the gallery. Can a man watch a trial in peace? This inexperienced amateur is about to turn the trial around. We have an ally, and I only like this now because a guy that basically makes people believe in him against a guy that can do nothing but read a script. Oh, it's gonna be so much fun. Prosecutor Blackwell, what are you doing at the defense's bench? I got tired of the bullshit. I'm not even joking. The monk actually tried to exorcise this guy from the gallery. And I had to call him back again just because he had to answer yes or no question. I grew bored of watching from the gallery. Besides, if I were to leave this trial to this spring chick and lose my favorite soba shop in the process, I will be quite cross. You voluntarily stand on the side of impurity and sin. Truly, what a fool you are. By the way, why is that damn Sandman hopping back and forth between his homeland and Japan? I don't know. Apparently Edgeworth were stupid enough to call him back for this trial. I actually went into here, was trying to figure out, oh, who am I gonna meet this time? was surprised with this ugly ass face. So apparently, the chief prosecutor in this country decided, yo, could you just go hop on a plane and come back? Edgeworth, for fuck's sake, yeah, exactly. I was like thinking like, Edgeworth, what the hell are you doing? Either he's trying to teach this guy a lesson in some weird ass way, or he is out of options, I don't know. To think you were so easily manipulated by his parlor tricks. Whatever happened to qualified and capable Athena? I just let my guard down a little bit, but it won't happen again. Then gird up your loins and steel yourself for battle. I'm not girding up anything in this skirt, but I am ready to get serious. Ah, an unstoppable force versus a frail and delicate object. Yeah, this is just gonna say smack. It seems there is now yet another soul I must cast down in hell. I was in prison for a long time, and hell sounds no worse than cell, to be honest. This is exactly what I'm talking about. He doesn't give a fucking shit. This is exactly why I love this now, because we are just taking the whole I'm gonna put you in hell seriously. Everyone here thinks like that of seriously. And it just says here like, I have been in prison, I feel like home there. Ah, but the fires of hell will not be the end of your suffering. For the sins you have just committed, you shall surely be reborn as a panda next life. A white and black reverse panda, that is. What the fuck is a reversed panda? Just shut up. I don't know what he's talking about. And you shall be put in a suit to be exposed to public ridicule. A threat like that won't work on Prosecute Blackwell. I think it will for some reason. After all, he's already used to looking like a panda in this life. Who are you calling a panda? Sorry. A reverse panda is just a panda. Exactly. That's why I got so goddamn confused. I see that you're both prepared to face the fires of damnation. Are you? Because I'm pretty certain you're the chief prosecutor and shit like that, like, or the best prosecutor. Yeah, I'm pretty certain you have sent innocent people straight to hell. I am pretty certain there is a hell for you. And you don't even realize that yet because of your... Is it hubris? Just take a picture of a panda with a negative filter. I am gonna have to search up. I know how a panda looks, but I'm gonna have to basically make it reversed in my head now. Like, yeah, nothing would happen other than the head would become black, the torso would become white, ass black, ears and eyes would become white. Like, there is no difference there. Like, nothing would really be ridicule. It's like calling him a reverse zebra. Yeah, in a sense. Like, he just says you're gonna be put into a zoo. Yeah, white and black would just switch. It talks like it would be like a stupid looking panda. It would look like a panda with its colored switch. There's nothing different. Like, sure, if we would be like I don't know, an orange panda or like yellow panda, and then we have a green panda, yeah, it would look stupid because that's a completely different color. Gale, thank you for your service. You may step down.
Okie dokie. Bye bye, balloon.
Does everything have to be about balloons with her? As we already have commented in chat, yes. No. I have a witness prepared to testify about the current account. Who is this? Who is the witness this time? The first who has discovered the body, and someone who witnessed the crime scene firsthand. Mr. Ruendo tonight. Yeah, well, what's up, Kenny? What's going on? The time has come for that ponytail pair over there to finally let go and move on. Sad man, huh? I said something slick and clever, everyone else. This is stupid. Yeah, exactly. Very well, let's bring in the next witness. My good lord, this guy. I just thought of the dumbest question because of her outfit and what we were talking about earlier. I am kinda curious what that question is now. Witness, please state your name and occupation. I am the Rakugo storyteller Ueno tonight. Even if my performance isn't worth watching, I will certainly watch my words. I wouldn't want to say anything thoughtless and get arrested. After all, that be a Rakunono. Jesus. Okay, I think I'm not gonna like this guy, but I don't think it's gonna be the worst. It just left! Get back here! You can't leave that, you just introduced yourself. Are you a lizard? He has fans everywhere. Oh my. Oh yeah, he actually has fans everywhere. Are you a fan of mine, miss? Would you like an autograph? One moment. Well, other than being an absolute another airhead, I just realized all their names are different types of tornadoes. And basically 2 of them is airheads. Oh, fair enough. Oh, fair enough. I didn't even realize. I called 2 people named after tornadoes airheads. No need to stand on the ceremony. My fan deserves a fan, after all. A fan for a fan, nice one, huh? Yeah, sure. I'm pretty certain it's not too much of a weird question. We thought of how weird things we've already been speaking about. Oh, why isn't it? Why, if it isn't Simon? How are you on this fine day, sir? The joke just writes itself. No, the joke we're writing on a fan. Quite a dilly of a pickle we found ourselves in, wouldn't you say? I don't believe I've ever seen you talk quite so much, Wendell. I just thought of... Alright, I just thought all of a sudden, is it pink? Fair enough, actually. Everything she wears is pink. I don't have any idea what that is pink, but it probably is. Never performed in a place like this, you know. I got butterflies here, can't you see? He actually has paper butterflies. Personally, it's kinda impressive. Is he an airhead? Yes! But it's impressive. Pardon me, witness. As much as I enjoy your banter, I believe we had better return to the case at hand. I suppose you're right in that case. I was prompt to Futatsume yesterday and received a stage name of Uendo. Are you asking if that is pink? And both tornado blows air in a way. Well, to be fair, Maestro, she was basically just dressed up and down in pink. So, I don't know what that is, but probably that. And personally, I don't even know what that is. It could be anything. The show was our way of celebrating my new name and middle rank standing. you like changed your gender just now or something? Fair enough. Womanhood, think about it. Yeah, I could kinda guess that. It was just so many things that could be pink. And then that happened. Yeah, that's probably another question. Balloons and grip. Okay, that I definitely don't know. Yeah, we have ads. I'm gonna wait a bit for the ads. But at the same time, didn't it say also doing when they got a whole lot? Yeah, he just got them changed his appearance completely. How did that even manage? Wait, hold on. I'm gonna try and figure it out because I think the most what happened was basically just he got like lipstick. Yeah, for real switch teams. I think like that's the only thing that happened was basically his eyeshadow got more brighter. I don't think he has eyeshadows here, and apparently got lipstick. And I think his his eyelashes might have gotten longer, but not too much. I don't know how the hell this happened. It kind of reminds me of the whole Robin thing. It kind of like the Robin thing, where Robin was thought to be a guy, and the only thing they did was basically change his unhide his eyebrows and change his bangs. That was the only thing they did, and for some reason that worked. I had to look back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like I found the thing here. It was like ridiculous. Like I remember the switch basically, but I was like, hold on a second. Like, how did it even happen? They just changed the hairstyle. But yeah, wasn't like Rakugo what he do like a theater thing? So I'm guessing it's just good at playing characters, which I guess he's doing now. Also, why are you actually even trying to make us watch a Rakugo theater thing? He's taking his job seriously. Well, I shouldn't say anything, the clown also did that. The only one that doesn't take the job seriously here is he a method actor? He's a Rakugo artist. Was it called Rakugo? Hold on, what's it called? Yeah, he's a Rakugo storyteller. And I think it's like playing the characters in a sense. Okay, that's what's happening. Free from ad cell. Welcome back! We were just discussing that, like with Robin, I'm trying to figure out how the hell he managed to switch right now. And I think what is most is just his eyeshadow. Is his eyes more narrow? Okay, his eyes goes a bit downwards here. Here they go a bit upwards. Because some people might want to do some backshot photo shot. Well, fair enough. Okay, so what is happening here is he has lipstick, his eyes goes upwards, not downwards, and his eyeshadow is more visible. Might actually. Yeah, you're right, it actually does. And just as about a chance to start repaying my debt to Shinjo too. It's so strange that just those small things is like, you look hella different. It's as we discussed with Robin. The bangs and eyebrows. That was the only thing. Yeah, plus I'm worried about Gale. The way she clung to Shishu, poor thing, I told her to keep a stiff upper lip. Stiff like rigor mortis, Jesus. Back in the day, male actors played both male and female parts, so Him switching like that, isn't that weird? Yeah, I'm not saying it's weird. It's just that since the Robin thing, I'm just trying to figure out how the hell did he manage to do that quick with this guy? Because yes, he's a Rakugo artist, so he's basically doing storytelling. So he's playing as his characters. So that's fair enough.
Keep telling those lame jokes and Shincho come scold you from the grave. I wouldn't mind getting yelled at, you know? If it means seeing him again.
Of what and how is it switch? Yeah, exactly. I was just mostly like curious, like, okay, he really like kind of switched gender here, and like, how did that happen? So I basically just pointed out that his eyeshadow become a bit more glowy. He got lipstick. Apparently the angle made his jaw thinner, and his eyes, instead of going downwards like it does here, it kind of went a bit more upwards and narrow. Let us hear your testimony now, witness. Tell the court about the evidence left at the scene, the proof of the accused's guilt. It would definitely make me have a importance. Oh, good lord. Today's jokes, just because of a clown with balloons.
I noticed Shincho's dying message right away. The stiff cards were right there next to the stiff, you see.
Okay, you could call it stiff body, don't just call it stiff.
Hey now, enough with the silly puns already.
Oh, I'm guessing this is technically also a character. He's supposed to look like a child or something.
Anyway, I got the meaning right away. I knew it must have been talking about Bucky. That was the master's final message, left as he was drowning in his soba broth. It's all like Shincho not to write Bucky's name outright. Plain and simple wasn't his style.
Don't call it stiff considering what a stiffy means. Yeah, exactly. Well, that was certainly a more entertaining testimony than usual. A variety of characters performed by the witness was absolutely splendid. But he shouldn't be performing any characters in the first place, Your Honor. And when the murder weapon hasn't been determined yet. So how can you say that the victim was drowned in soba broth?
It's obvious. All you have to do is look at the crime scene. He was found with his face shoved in a bowl. It's only natural to assume he was drowned in the broth for the noodles.
Except we're not here to assume things, Wendo. So please stick to just the facts.
My, it's a little like a soba chef to kill someone this way, wouldn't you say? And with the Karuta message left behind, it's clearly Bucky Weath did it.
Setting aside the issue of the murder weapon for now, a dying message clearly does seem to be irrefutable evidence. Hell no, it is not. Look at the goddamn cards. The card that's supposed to have a stain doesn't have a stain. Which means that these cards that spells Wheat number 4, basically the fourth head chief for Wheat noodles. Yeah, it doesn't spell that, or at least it didn't spell that. I don't know what the card means, but I can basically kinda like make sure where it's supposed to be. Like, for the first of all, I would say the one with the dude all the way up to the right there is gonna be all the way to the left. Switch the one to the left in the one with the upper middle. The upper middle I want to fix with the lower right. The lower right I'm a bit uncertain of. I think it's supposed to be one to the left. And the one to the left is supposed to be down at the bottom. Upper left, basically. The problem is I feel like I missed one card here, but I am a bit uncertain of which I missed. But yeah, you can basically see my point. It is not irrefutable evidence. It proves the absolute guilt of the accused. Oh, I would just want to scream out like, it does fucking not! And everyone would just question me like, what do you mean? The goddamn stain isn't on the card in some of the cards. They have been moved.
Bucky used Soba for the deed, all to get back at the Soba shop deed.
So who do we suspect it was? Salman says it was a Tanuki looking guy. Yes, it's Tanuki looking guy. We personally don't know yet. I think I remember who did it. Don't remember why, but right now we don't really have any conclusive evidence of who it might be, or even a hint of who it might be. He must be the most comfortable witness here. He's just sitting down, just carefree. This testimony makes Mr. Waite look super guilty. I have to do something. It's so much difficult not to say wet. It is Wheat, because Gani actually told me, like, oh, his name is Bucky Wheat, which means buckwheat. Like, oh, makes sense. And they also did actually tell us that they make their noodles with buckwheat, so fair enough. That's his conclusive evidence. What a farce. What do you mean, Simon? What's this? I thought you said you weren't planning on asking me for help. I did and I won't, and thank you very much. I did and I won't, and thank you very much. I love the sense of like, I did say that, I won't ask you, but you did say something was wrong, so thank you. I better listen carefully and try to see what he found. I already know what I found. It's a goddamn cause. The problem is like how I'm actually supposed to do that. Oh, why do you keep this in here? Okay, I'm gonna have to probably press somewhere. Because the problem is that I can present the cards, but the problem is like, where does it make sense? When you saw the cards on the table, what made you think they were mastered to Naido's dying message?
Well, it was a coded message right there next to the body. I'm sure anybody who would have thought that they were there to name his killer.
Just checking. Because I just thought like, how quick did the guy die? But it did say suffocation, so he probably had time to do shit.
I'm sure nobody would have thought that they were there to name his killer. I love murder mysteries and often watch them on TV.
Oh, I see.
I saw a similar scene during a murder mystery marathon last Tuesday. That's what made me think this must be a dying message.
To be fair, this was actually the guy that went in, stand there for a few minutes, and came out screaming he's dead. So it could be this guy actually. The balloon girl, the only thing I know is that she was out with Simon, always checking the door to the dressing room. The only problem is she couldn't check it because she was in the yard and the door is always covering the dressing room. Trust me, if you're suffocating, you're either not doing anything or you're absolutely flailing. Yep, fair enough actually. I'm just thinking of like, there are many times in these games where they basically have been, oh, he had been able to have time writing this. Look again, he died instantly. Basically, I was just checking for instant death, and there was no instant death. The cards were on the table. Cards were on the table. Your master's the cards were on the table. Your master's body was slumped over, right? I don't know why I would had problem trying to figure that out. You must have been surprisingly calm to notice them at the time.
As I said, the stiff cards were right next to the stiff, so they were hard to miss.
But wouldn't it have been more natural to notice the victim rather than the cards? The messages caught my eye because the stiff cards were right there. Stop. Good lord, calling it that. So calmly leaving a coded message when you're suffocating is beyond ridiculous. I absolutely agree. Like, I'm not saying that that's what happened, because these cards are basically been moved after death, which means that they might not even have been spelling anything to begin with. It's just what people here believes. But yeah, I agree. For everyone here, it's like, apparently it's normal. Isn't that literally what happened in the second ever trial of the series? I think so. I'm trying to remember. The guy wrote Maya's name on a receipt when Mia died in one blow. Fair enough, it might actually have happened. Do understand, you're talking about the series beginning. I have not played that game in a long ass time. I barely remember some of those. Yes, but that fact hardly seems significant enough to make a person take note of them. Could you stop doing that? So basically he just said that as a joke, and now when we don't get it, he just gets depressed. And they said she wrote it in blood after getting struck once. True, same thing. A different death, equally impossible. Yeah, exactly. I really hate this guy for trying to make puns in this. And when we're trying to press the puns, it's basically just like, I'm now depressed. Like, mate, you're not here to do shit like this.
Hold it!
The cards do spell out wheat number 4, which could be interpreted as wheat noodle number 4, I guess. I suppose you took this to mean Bucky Wheat. There's only one wheat noodle around here, and you have seen that giant 4 on his back. It is only interpretation that makes sense. Yeah, I guess so. But wait a minute. What is it? What if there's another wheat noodle in the area? Okay, for first of all, I can understand the judge and Simon, because Simon goes there every week. The monk, if he just looks like he's stupid, like, oh, we are stupid, I don't even think he knows where that thing is. By the way, why does he say the cards are stiff unless it was a brand new deck? I don't know. He wanted to call them stiff cards by the stiff. He just wanted to make a joke by it. That's the only reason. Yeah, of course he'd get depressed. He's an entertainer after all. No one complained when Gale entertained everyone in the court. Kinda entertained us as well. Bucky is the sole heir to the shop. So enough with a ludicrous straw grasp. Hey, yo, how am I supposed to know? Just listen to the testimony again and find the glaring inconsistency. I know there's a consistency, I just don't know where to present it. Just gonna press it just in case. And yeah, I called him Gale just because Galen named that Garo apparently meant Gale. It's easier than to say Garo. Or, I don't know if I pronounce it right, so better with Gale. So, the victim lined up those cards in its final moments. How could he be so certain that's how it went down? I know Shishu, he would never let someone get the last word on him, even in death. With his face in the soba, brother, and his consciousness fading away, he left a message that pointed towards Buck as he left the world. It's the only way it could have happened. Wait, the only way? Now you're just speculating. Look, a dying message is something you leave as you're dying, right? I saw a scene like that in a detective show. I don't give a shit. Then, we have a saying in my country. Silence is more precious than diamonds. Then why the hell are you speaking so much? You must be a poor ass man. Please do not speak any more than this necessary. The talking is my livelihood, you know. I talk all the time, this and that, truth and untruth. I can't stop myself from talking. Hopefully stick to the truth without any of those untruths. Okay, I'm gonna present this here.
Objection!
Nope, that was the wrong thing. Shit. It is the cards. I know it is the cards. I just don't know where. I feel I'm gonna have to save just in case. If Mr. Panda says there is none. Jacks down, boy. Nice, Panda. Oh, fair enough. Okay, so where am I supposed to do this? I'm just gonna save just in case. Wait, so he was suffocating and had his face in the... Yeah, wait, hold on. There you go. In a bowl. So he couldn't breathe nor see, and he somehow managed to leave a coded message with cards. They don't know what he's suffocated by, because they didn't find anything in his lungs or stomach. Wait. Suffocation. Nothing was found in his lungs. I'm pretty certain they used the plastic thing on the left there. And then just put his face down in the soba bowl. I have seen bowls like that, but I have seen giant bowls like that. That thing is a tiny thing. Maybe Gale suffocated him with a balloon. Or balloons, actually.
Hold it!
But don't you think it's strange? Could a dying person really leave such a convoluted message? Even in the throes of death, it was in Chisho's nature to throw a twist somehow. Truly the consummate entertainer until the very end, don't you think? Was he really that great of a man, Zama? It would have been no easy task, to be sure. I'm sus of one, though. I'm sus of all of them. But who knows? He wasn't an entertainer for 50 years for nothing. Even if he buys the big one like that, I want to leave a message as good as Shishu's. Big boobied clown. The big balloons! Well, let's hope it never comes to that. Simon, are all Rakugo's artists like this? It's hard to say. It could simply be the eccentricity of an entertainer. Or perhaps he's hiding something. Or is just an airhead. I would definitely say airhead. Also, I just saw that, and yeah, fair enough. Oh, hold on, please, itching. I noticed Seijun died in the message right away. It is somewhere here, because the only thing we can present now... Hold on. Summer's eyewitness account of the time. Master Tanada confirmed he was alive. When they discovered the victim's body upon entering the room after Bucky left. Before Bucky came into the theater, Gero was outside feeding her dog a number of dumplings. The dog buried his leftovers. So not that, not this. Not this. Not this. It has to be this, I think. I just don't know where. Fuck it, let's try this.
Objection!
No, not here.
Objection!
Not here either. I'm just trying all the places here. I know there's something wrong with the evidence. Wild guess incoming. Question. Was the blood dried when it was found? For first of all, there is no blood. Second, I have no idea. But I guess it might be a dryer because the cards don't have stains on them where there's supposed to be stains. Okay, I'm gonna press the little thing with the this thing. I don't think it's any meaning to do that. Ah, that's wine then. It's at least soba broth. What is actually soba broth or something? For some reason, it might just be wine, like soba broth, well, like wine soba broth. I thought he had a cut of blood. That is absolutely fair enough. But no, it basically is the leftover of his bowl that has been running out. Please remember you're the witness there, not the stage.
But look at all these wonderful people in the audience.
Yep, what's up? You're allowed to say what is it you were thinking of? What have you come up with?
It's only natural for an entertainer to want to have some fun. I guess we can let a few jokes slide, right?
Well, someone is gonna bleed here.
Right, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Well done, Your Honor. Guess you can't judge a judge by his cover.
Advise the defense not to be so critical of the witness. Can I be critical to at least Sad Man? Yes, Your Honor.
Much obliged.
Okay, so there's definitely nothing in this thing. The cards are 100% the issue. You can clearly see they have been moved. Yes, I know. That's why I'm trying to find out where to put this thing. Because the stains doesn't match up with the stains. I'm trying to find where I'm supposed to do this. It's just that I've tried many of the things here. Wait, did I do this one or this one? Okay, I'm just gonna do them. I got this thing, and the monk said this was the most devastating evidence. And I'm just sitting here like, mate, I can see the issue already. You got a monk. So isn't it the stiff cards that are wrong, unless you're already tried that? I think I already tried that. I think I tried this. And then I decided to try this one. Okay, hold on. I've tried 4 out of 5, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think I've tried that actually. I'm just gonna do this. Nope, apparently not. Goddammit. Wait, when the hell was I actually... There we go. First part then. I'm gonna try and check that. I feel like there's somewhere I'm missing. I just don't know which one I'm missing. Because we're talking a lot about the cards now, and I don't have any other evidence that basically points to anyone else. He instantly saw even though it was coded. Well, it wasn't really coded. The cards basically spelled out wheat number 4. And most people there that knows about noodles basically thought, oh, wheat number 4, wheat noodles number 4. And, well, the big panda, well, not panda we have, but the tanuki guy basically has a big-ass number 4 on his back. So I think I did this one. Did I try this one? Let's try this one first. Then I'm gonna go back to the beginning and try.
Objection!
No, apparently not. He said it was coded message. Yeah, I know. Stiff. I have no idea. I'm gonna do this one just because I know it's not gonna help, but fuck it. I've already pressed anything and there's nothing I can give them. Okay, let's begin from the beginning then. Whoops, that was the wrong one. It might just be that this is actually not the thing I'm supposed to use, but that's the only thing I can find, basically.
Objection!
I feel kind of lost now. It's as I said before, sometimes I'm like 1 or 2 steps ahead. The problem is I don't know how to get to the step, get to where I am at the moment.
Objection!
Okay, so that was also wrong. So, did I just save? Oh, fuck, it just saved. Wait, hold on. Let's do the outer one. There we go. I think I just saved in the middle of a death here. That wasn't really my smartest move. Apparently I managed, though. So I can't press anything, but I need to present something. I just don't know what I'm trying to present. Other than the cards we all know is wrong. And even Simon here says there's something wrong with the cards, or at least that evidence. So the question is, like, how do we get to the point of actually producing evidence to that point? Okay, so just in case, I'm gonna just save again. Just so I don't have only, like, death moment. Okay, so where am I supposed to do this and how?
Hold it!
I'm gonna check something. Have I pressed everything? Yes. Because if I can skip it, that means I've actually talked about it already. Okay.
Hold it!
Yep, another one. I am way too far ahead, I believe.
Hold it!
Yeah, I've been pressing everything. I just have to present evidence now. The only thing I can think of is basically when the prosecutor says, "Shut up."
Objection!
Apparently not. What am I missing? I am missing something here, and the problem is I have no clue what I am missing.
Objection!
Anyone have any idea what I might be missing? Because I'm pretty certain I've actually presented this on every single message. And I have pressed every single message as well. I know the problem is the cards, but right now everyone is programmed in the game to not understand they are in the wrong direction. So what am I missing here? Because I'm missing something. I just don't know what. What do we have? We have the backstage diagram. Have you tried the card evidence on the absolute first part? Yes, I have done that. Pretty certain I've done on everyone, actually. You know what? Just in case.
Objection!
Yeah, I had. So I've definitely done on that. I have done on this one. I've done on this one just for funsies. I know I've done this one, and this one. So there must be something else I'm supposed to present, but I don't know what. Suffocation, not... Oh, wait, hold on. Drowning in a bowl of soba broth.
Objection!
Okay. As I said, we were a few steps ahead. He said he was dying in soba broth, but there was nothing found in his lungs, which means he didn't die of that. Ah, the problem with I have found a clue. Are you supposed to supposed to show us that yet? No. Then get back in line. Where the fuck did I stand then? I just lost exactly where the hell I was and where I was gonna go somewhere. Would you care to explain why Miss Sykes? Certainly, Your Honor. According to the autopsy report, nothing unusual was found in the victim's lungs. Ah, yes, it does say that, doesn't it? Why are you sweating? Because to be fair, if he came into a crime scene where the guy's head was down in a soba bowl and people say he drowned or like basically suffocated, his first thought would be, oh, he drowned in the bowl. Of course, yes, in game he lied, but if I would be a person that saw a crime scene and I saw someone in a bowl and basically people say he suffocated, my mind would go, oh, he died by the bowl. But since there wasn't any, it means the victim was suffocated with something other than soba broth. It became a fountain, or a dolphin, who knows. What? This is a contradiction you notice, isn't it, Simon? Then apparently I mistook a contradiction I found. Ha, I'm one step ahead of you. Or am I like, if he found one I didn't find, but I found one he didn't find. Are we walking, like, at the same pace then? I don't know. Not bad. Not bad at all. I guess he showed you. But if drowning in the soba broth wasn't the cause of death, then when was the victim's face thrust into the bowl? That bowl? After his murder. Because no soba broth was discovered in the victim's lungs, his head must have been placed into the bowl after he was killed. And that's when the soba broth must have been spilled onto the Karuta cards. In other words, the victim could not have lined up the cards up as he was drowning. Not only that, they are not meant to be standing that way at all. I see. So it was done after he was already dead. Why would the culprit do such a thing? I'm afraid I don't know yet. Good lord, this guy. You boast of psychological experience, yet you cannot determine such a simple one. My sides are liable to split at the absurdity. What? And I suppose you know why? Of course. Desecrating the body in that manner indicates a strong sense of enmity on the part of the perpetrator. Oh yes, that does make sense. It certainly paints a clear picture of the culprit's intense feelings towards the victim. Feelings of resentment over the theft of the soba shop deed, no doubt. Yeah, to put it simple, they believe that the Tanuki guy killed the old guy just because the old guy has stolen the deed to the Bucky Wheat.
Silence.
Must you come undone at every juncture? If the culprit had time enough to set up Master Tonight's body, do you think they could have honestly failed to notice the dying message? Yeah, fair enough, because he didn't make the dying message. Good point. The cards were right in front of his body after all. Rationally speaking, there is no way the culprit could have missed that, huh? Remind me why he's still allowed in the courtroom, being rude and going for personal attacks. Going for personal attacks are not allowed. I don't know, he just is. Also, who are you talking about, Simon or the other guy? Because Simon is gonna be here because I want him to shout at the other guy.
Objection.
Because technically, Simon is also rude. But yeah, this guy is actually rude. I don't know, both are still here. Yeah, sad man. I don't know. He's just apparently here. For no specific reasons, apparently. But the accused rational at the time, given the way he stormed out of that room. That's the problem with you. You're so narrow-minded, like, oh, he is the accused one. And oh, he stormed out of the room angry. So are you really sure he was rational? Or are you sure it was him?
Silence.
Never mind that. I have something more important to ask Wendy. Me? You saw the Karuta cards firsthand, did you not? Would you care to tell us about them in a bit more detail? Those tiny crime scene photos shows us precious little of what I wish to know. Well, those cards are from the Shiso Special Soba scenes of a Tokyo Past set. Each card is related in some way to Soba. Spare me the history lesson. Just tell me how the cards looked at the scene and no more. Well, there was soba broth spilled all over them. That's not much help, I'm afraid. Prosecutor Sadman, do you have any photo that shows the cause more clearly? I do. Please accept this meager offering, Your Honor. Oh, so you have a bigger photo of your fuck-up. Yeah. I have 3 photos. One of the body, one very bad picture of the cards, and a very good picture of the cards. Do you see anything? Do you see anything bad about these cards? No, I do not. Mate. So, with number 4. Well, to be honest, it's not really a coded message other than WEHDNO4. Oh my, what a delightful looking cards. Well, well. How can you look at this and not notice? Yeah, I am just the same, and I'm just like, sad man, for fuck's sake. Tearing prosecutors, sad monks, conclusive evidence apart should be a breeze with this. I guess this is why he kept this a silence with this. Because he realized that, oh, his beloved evidence is fucked. Huh? Don't tell me you haven't noticed. Don't be silly, of course I have. Also, I now know where number 4 is supposed to be. So technically what this spells out, I kind of want to do this in my head first, hold on. I'm just gonna take something and write on, I'm gonna write on this thing. So, what it becomes is, I would say O, then we have O, W, E, N, then we have 4, H. No, wait, we have 4. Yeah, we have 4 T and H. Owen 4th. Apparently it becomes Owen 4th. This becomes something, I just don't know what, really. Miss Sykes, do you really see a problem with the prosecutor's claim about these cards? Well, go on, then. Alright, I'll do a dive. Mate, I already stood here while struggling with the other thing. It is not so much of do or die, we already know the problem. These cards were rearranged. These cards were rearranged. But how can you tell? I can understand the judge, because he probably needs glasses. Please take a good look at these cards, Your Honor. The answer is right in front of us. The Soberbroth Stain. Please focus your attention on the Soberbroth stains on these cards. The outline of these stains don't match up with the larger stain on the table. Oh, would you look at that? You're absolutely right. And please recall what the sober broth was spilled and got on the cards after the murder, when the victim's face was placed in the bowl. Yes, go on. By the stains, we can see that the culprit deliberately rearranged the cards after that. In other words, this message was altered in order to pin the crime on my client. What? Then, if we put the card back in their original positions, we can restore the evidence and see who the cards were really pointing towards. Oh, that's true. And either he's swearing or shocked that we found out the problem, which he already realized, or he's actually that stupid that he didn't realize. Both of them works, because he's either an asshole or he's a stupid asshole. Yeah, this is gonna be easy. Okay, oh, I already did this. So this one is supposed to be here. Oh, wait, am I... Oh, okay, place card, here. Perfect! The H card is next. H is supposed to be last. So it's supposed to be here. Also, at the same time, I can see on here, kind of where it's supposed to be. E is supposed to be the third one. I already did this in my head before, so it's just for me to put them where I actually put them in my head. Wouldn't put it past him that he didn't notice, considering how stupid he is. Yeah, exactly. It also feel like we thought of how silent his was before he put up this photo of all the cards. It also feels like he wanted to deliberately hide this. Either that was just stupid enough that this doesn't really mean anything, but we do have a photo of his name spelled out. Or spilt out, I guess. T card. There. The N card is supposed to be last. There, that looks good. Now O. The first one. And now the fourth.
Take that!
I didn't expect her to scream that out. I was chilling with a puzzle and I heard her voice, damn. So the message with number 4 was originally supposed to say Owen 4th. And this original message is our clue to the identity of the true culprit. What? That indignant look on prosecutor sad monk's face is positively priceless. This is absurd. It's not absurd, it's just how stupid we are. It was originally 0 and 4th? Oh, good lord. Order in court! Well, I never would have imagined that there was more to these cards than meets the eye. I have been holding on to this for so long, you already know. There we go. So, now that that's settled, what does this 0 and 4th mean? Wait. Am I... Who else do you suppose is to provide an explanation? Of course it's you. But I hadn't thought that far yet. Let me just actually check. We have Simon Blackwell, we have Typhoid Tornado, Bucky Weath, I don't give a shit, Gale Tornado, and Wendo Tornado. No one really O1 here. Change the cards around all you like, but if you cannot explain what the message means, then it is as worthless as you are. No, it's not. What is worthless is it just means that the evidence is worthless because it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything for me, it doesn't mean anything for you, it's gone. I would basically say this. The only thing, if we can't figure it out what it's supposed to mean, is that it becomes, yeah, throw him out exactly. The only thing I can agree with if he says that it becomes null. Because if he says that I can't give a proper evidence to this, then it means that it still is supposed to spell Weath. And it doesn't matter how much it tries to put it, it doesn't. And so, with the spring chick that fancies itself a graceful swan, is brought back to down to earth. Still your thoughts for a second, there's a perfectly good witness to question over there. Oh right, that's a good idea. Come on Athena, get a hold of yourself. Wendo, does the phrase 0 and 4th mean anything to you? No, there is one named Owen in the Tornado family. There is no one unnamed Owen in the Tornado family or a circle of friends. Go ahead, ask anybody you'd like. Ah, you can't be serious. Having rummaged through your empty mind, I see you have as expected. Silence! I'm afraid I have no idea who the devil Owen Forth is either. But the fact remains that the cards were rearranged to pin the blame on Mr. Weath. Exactly. We still know it was pinned. We don't have to give a hell about what it meant before. He could have been playing cards, spelled out 0 and 4th, and ended up dead. That in itself proves that the defendant isn't the real culprit. As I said, like, the only thing the monk does is trying to grab everything he has back to his script. But luckily we have prosecutor Simon here, who actually just says, just shut up, because it doesn't matter how much you talk, we nullified your evidence. Besides, the important question here is not who does the message point to, but rather who rearranged the cards. Why didn't you put that and point that out earlier if you already knew? Sorry. In any case, there were 2 opportunities for someone to rearrange the cards. Wait, why can't I snooze my ads? I am so confused, why can't I snooze my ads? It's not like I have snoozed them before in this stream. The first was when Mr. Weath entered the dressing room, and the second was when Wendo discovered the body. Are you accusing me of rearranging the cards? Me, the one who testified out of the goodness of my heart. Well, you didn't exactly come running out screaming straight away, did you? Even a mere 2-3 minutes is more than enough time to get up some devilry. So what exactly were you doing in there, Wendell? Okay. Put down the tea and spit out your answer.
Mr. Prosecutor, what are you supposed to do in a time like this?
Silence is more precious than violence, witness. Therefore, you need only stay silent. The defense is devious. They are waiting for you to make a slip of the tongue.
Oh, I see. So that's what they're after, is it? In that case, Your Honor, I've decided not to say another word.
Very good. After all, your right to remain silent is protected by law.
Well, Prosecutor Blackwell, any other brilliant idea you'd like to share?
Oh, he's having fun. I like how he basically just plays games with the monk right now. Did you hear that, Sykes Bono? A Rakugo artist who is afraid to speak. Who's ever heard of such a thing? Oh, he's playing with him. He's doing his twisted shit, making sure he actually speaks. Are you trying to talk him into talk? Such a petty trick will never work.
That's right, I'm not going to fall for it.
I'm only asking to hear your story. Besides, is it not your job to tell your tales? There is an audience to listen. He's really poking him. He is really poking right now, I love it. It's much more fun to have on our side.
Even so, I have the right to refuse to answer.
The more you keep quiet. And makes you super sus, you can also make the charges be dropped instantly because evidence no longer holds water against the suspect. Yeah, true. Absolutely true. The more you keep quiet, the more we want you to talk. That's a simply human nature. Isn't that right, people of the gallery? Oh, he's doing the same shit that the monk did. He asked the gallery of how shitty the defense is. Even with this wonderful audience in front of you, you still refuse to talk. If so, then perhaps you choose the wrong line of work, my friend.
Are you saying I should quit because I'm not afraid? Because I'm not afraid to speak my mind, I'll have you. Oh, never mind what I just said. It is scary to talk, it's absolutely terrifying. But no, as a Rakugo artist, I must... do you have split personality? Also, an ad is about to be coming in as well. I can't snooze it, and I think I'm going to continue just a little bit more because this is so much fun. If I don't, who can ever show my face on stage again? Your Honor, I'm ready to testify. He did it. He managed to convince Wendo with his power of suggestions technique.
Bully for you, Wendo. That's a real Rakugo artist should be. Alright, if the witness will testify, then by all means, please do. To be turned by such an obvious play. What a whim. What a man of weak spirit. No, he has two brains that's fighting for a third place. Hold on. We have him, woman, happy, afraid. No, he has 4. And each personality has 1 each. He has 4. After my performance, I went to visit Shinsho. I called to him from outside the room, but he didn't reply. When I entered the dressing room, I saw Shinsu slumped over the table motionless. From what I can tell, do not appear to be any inconsistencies in the testimony. Of course there are, isn't there? Because I'm not trying to hide anything. But you Sadman's right, I don't see anything inconsistent either. But I did pick up on some faint discord in his end was hard. I call him stupid beyond measure, nothing to do with his different characters. True, I just wanted to put it that I just had to put it that he had 4 characters, which means he only had 4 brain cells, and one of them had one each. He had to split them up. But yeah, we have ads again. I thought I could basically just dismiss them for a moment, but I couldn't. So yeah, we have a few ads going on. So we're just gonna wait for a moment. I'm gonna actually wait. Where do I have that? I'm actually gonna go into my control panel for whenever I'm gonna raid someone. I'm gonna. I was like, what the hell happened to my scene? What happened to my scene is that apparently I had zoomed out because of my Twitch recap. Is there anything new? Oh, right, that thing. Let's go to creator dashboard. Go into mine again. Do we have anyone where I've already raided Sif? Let's see if there's anyone like I recognize. There isn't too many people I recognize alive right now. There are a few. There's actually quite a lot of people online right now. I'm following so many people, but I don't even recognize some of these people. I think I know who you are, though. Pretty certain they are a friend of Zegama's. Because I feel like I recognize them. No, fuck it. I'm gonna raid them afterwards, just because they're a buddy of Zegama's. Because I think so. I feel I recognize the shape from Zegama's stream. And I think that's why I just decided to actually follow them. Zegama's is good bean. He's actually the first one on my Twitch recap. This time. Last year was my closest friend. My closest friend is second. Yeah, second. It must be second. Third was Death Blooms. Wonderful being. I am still like I still feel blessed about them raiding me and even like popping in. But yes, welcome back from the ads. While we waited a bit, I just decided to check on who was gonna raid later on. I think I found one, which is a friend of Zegama's. Also, by the way, Maestro, I just come to think of that. Have you checked your Twitch recap yet? I'm mostly just curious because I checked mine just before the stream. Your Honor, I believe there is no need for further deliberation. I disagree, Your Honor. I detect discord in the voice of the witness' heart. There's a clear indication that Wendes is facing some sort of inner turmoil. Are you saying that what I think you say, Miss Sykes? Yes, Your Honor. The defense would like to conduct a quick therapy session on this witness. Well, there is no need for you to submit to this so-called therapy. It's fine by me. I have nothing to hide. Bring it on. Should check it later. Yeah, I just saw that when I was setting up my stream. I was like, ooh, I actually want to check this. What, you don't like to be ignored? Why will you not listen to the guidance of this humble servant of the Holy Mother? If the witness wished to proceed, I see no problem, prosecutor. The only problem here is you. in one ear, out of the other. It seems this performer has no need for your so-called guidance, prosecutor Sad Monk. Just know this one. Your folly will surely earn your divine retribution. Why? Because he didn't listen to you? That's just so stupid. I am a holy monk. If you don't listen to me, you're gonna face retribution. What the fuck? Is this a crusade now? Just keep your wits about you. I will. No humble person would call himself humble. I don't think... for some reason, I started thinking about myself. And, like, I don't think I ever called myself that, but I just went through things I, like, do to friends and stuff. Like, I don't know. For some reason, my brain just went, like, eh. As I've said before, whenever I've had a bad day, I just go into a friend's stream and just give a sub, because I just feel better when I do that. Okay, so he was happy about the performance. Called for him outside the room. He didn't listen, still happy though. When I entered the room... I didn't really notice anything unexpected, emotional in that testimony. But isn't it always a question of the presence of an emotion in response? But the absence... Oh! He wasn't shocked. He was only sad that the guy was died, but... was dead. It's a paradox. If you call yourself humble, then you're not humble. You're proud and bragging. Fair enough. It's such a weird-ass paradox that if you start thinking about it, it's like, oh wait, I do stuff. But I don't call myself that. But now I call myself out on things. And it's like, yeah, it becomes a weird-ass, like, loophole. Or just a loop, perhaps not a hole. It becomes a donut. I'd better carefully compare Randa's statement to his testimony again. Yeah, I know exactly what it is. Pinpoint. He wasn't shocked, that's the problem. Randa, I'm noticing something strange with these emotions. Something strange with cheesy toe skin, you say? How could you have heard something? I don't know, maybe it's me who's got some cheese in my ears. I'm gonna lose brain cells from this guy. Did he will the floor to open up and swallow his cushions out of shame? That bad joke? I hope so. The point I'm trying to make is that I noticed something unexpected in your emotions. Now stop hiding and come out from where we can see you. Biley, please bring the witness a few replacement cushions. Why am I staring at your crotch? You can say that others have called you humble, but that you don't see yourself as humble nor call yourself humble. Doing so would make you humble. I don't think I've ever actually called myself that. I just say the things I do. It was just someone that felt rather happy with what I said, because there was someone that asked, like, what do you do on a bad day? And like, I gift subs. I make my friends a bit happy. Like, I know, like, money and shit cannot make people happy, like, fucking forever, but just hearing them smile or, like, seeing them smile for a moment, it just makes my day. So what was this unexpected thing you noticed? Apparently your crotch. Come on, this honor said a few cushions, not a few dozens. Now that we all had a good laugh, please continue, Miss Sykes. Yeah, who's laughing? I'm not laughing. Good lord, this guy. Oh, I was just explaining further how the paradox works. Yeah, I can understand that. It just goes back and forth, and it's like, dear lord. For some reason, I just try to explain the like how I fit in the paradox or something. That's me brain. When you entered the room, you saw your master slumped over motionless over the table. You weren't the least bit shocked, Duenna. Don't you think that's a little odd?
Is it fun, though? The lack of surprise means you were prepared for what you saw. And I think I know why. The reason Wendell wasn't shaken when he saw his master's dead body was because he knew about his master's death, he has an entertainer's guts, he was zoned out. This is the only one. I could have guessed he thought his master was drunk out on the table. Wendell, I think maybe the reason you weren't shaken was because you already knew you would find your master dead. What? What make you... What kind of thing is that to say? You got it all wrong. Oh, right, I just remembered something. I thought Shinzo was just sleeping when I first saw him. That is actually fair. You thought he was sleeping. Sounds plausible, but... What made you think he was asleep? Well, he had his head and arms up on the table as if he was taking a nap. Oh, and one thing, there wasn't that note too. A note? What note? He's digging a deeper hole for himself, probably. He must be talking about this. Resting, do not disturb. Alright. It appears to have been written by the victim. Well, you don't need to read shit. I know it says resting, do not disturb. I also know where it came from. It came from the package down to the right there. Ah yes, that's the note I saw. After reading that, who could have think Shinji was napping? Who could not have think Shinji was napping? Also, yeah, I think though I'm gonna end my stream here. Whoops, I just took a screenshot of his bald head. Because, yeah, I did continue a bit more, but also because there was an ad there before.